Hey everybody, Justin Weber, Amps and Sound. I wanted to talk to you about my Restoration 301. So this is the fourth unit that I've built or in process of building. Kind of wanted to show what I've chosen and why, maybe help you guys think about your own project. So the plinth I sourced off of the internet. There were some things that were need to be improved on it, so I went about improving it, which is what I implemented in my own personal plinth. The motor I got off of eBay, got a great deal on the motor, but it needed a full restoration, so we took apart the spindle, cleaned the entire, it is an oil bearing, cleaned the entire oil bearing, relapped it, refilled it, new seals, new thrust plate, all that kind of good stuff, polished it, new suppressor, new springs, took the motor apart, greased the motor, put the motor back together again, checked how it ran and its run out to make sure it was running correctly. It had a 50 hertz pulley on it, had to swap out the pulley. For any of these, I always replace the idler wheel, and I replace the eddy brake. The eddy brake for some reason always looks beat up, even though it doesn't matter. I hate the way it looks being so beat up looking, so I always replace it by default. The power switch contact I replace almost always because it's got spring metal that loses its tension, and then the on off doesn't work right. And yes, you can bend it, but why bend it when for like 30 bucks you can replace it and worry about it for another 50 years. I go about oiling all of the contact points and cleaning all the contact points in the linkages. I don't do a lot of cleaning per se. You know, you could ultrasonic take it apart, ultrasonic clean it, put it back together again, but you'd have to remove rivets. I don't think that that's always as necessary. So I went about cleaning where it needed to be cleaned, removed the grease, re-greased it where necessary, and it's got really smooth operation. It's super, super quiet. It may get an upgraded platter and bearing in the near future, depends. The mat is from that Japanese company I was telling you about that has such a that the material, the rubber, deadens the ringing um, of the platter itself. It makes it really infinitely much quieter. Fantastic choice for 75 or for $70 to the door. Um, Arms, you know, I was trying to find arms that I wanted to try out that were different. I've had really good um, luck with Jelcos. They're still able to get some Jelcos that are not used. So I found a 12-inch Jelco that was a static balance Jelco that I really liked. And so we have a 12-inch static balance. And what we're going to be pairing it with is Ortofon headshell and a Denon 103r with the carbon. It's got a carbon body plate for stiffening the body of it on top. Cabling, because the Jelco is going to use a DIN connector, so the cabling, the arm board is completely blank. We will use a Fikert and measure pivot to spindle to get a perfect distance and then drill it out. And the wires will come from directly from underneath the Jelco to a DIN connector. And I had some Audio Art 2 meter or 1.5 meter phono cable with integrated ground wire here. I think that's a great choice. I might upgrade it to the Cardis. Cardis makes a block that gives you RCAs and a grounding lug to DIN connector. It's like 300 bucks. I might do that in time, but for now, getting this up and running, this is going to be a really, really thoughtful system, and it won't be an SPU, but the 103R is a really accessible package, a much lower buy-in, and still giving you that classic sound. And so you have a Garrard 301, Denon 103, Jelco, 12-inch arm, kind of peanut butter and jelly. So, thanks so much.